What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my co-host, my guy, the only Sacramento Kings fan that I know. What's good, Spread Star?
Oh man, what a weekend of sports that we had. We had NBA action, great boxing on Saturday night. Just excited for another week of this.
Yeah, let's get to yesterday's news right off the bat, man, because I had a couple little quagmires on Friday. How did you do?
We got it there. I had under 229. I think it finished at like 221. First half was right on pace. And then, like I said, these games tighten up. It's an elimination game. And it was trending under the whole second half. Like the live number was between like 212 and 220, like the whole second half. So it was a pretty sweat-free win. And I love that when you nail your total and then you get to just relax and enjoy the game and not worry about the side. Grizzlies get it done, dance on the logo. I mean, Towns is waving like like it's the Kobe retirement tour. I mean,
what the hell is
unreal scenes there in Minnesota, right?
Dude, that was so weird. Like, guys, y'all just lost in 6. You didn't lose in 7 in a hard-fought series. You just lost at home for the third time in the series. And he's out there acting like he Kobe's 20th game, the 20th year anniversary game or whatever. It's crazy, man. Man, I'm glad you carried the bucket. I don't know what the hell happened last week, but I'm ready to turn the page. And I'm sure my clients are too. We did not have a good end of last week. The Giants, and that's the thing about baseball, man. When baseball loses, it hurts you if you got a favorite. Giants didn't cover minus 213. As a matter of fact, they didn't even win the series against the Nationals. They allowed the Nationals to score like 15 runs a game on them. Yesterday, they scored 11 more. They're probably still hitting down there. So the Nats are one of those very hard teams to cap, man. They seem like one of the worst teams in the whole Major League Baseball, and then they have these type of series. Sometimes they come to play, and it's not like they don't have the players with Soto and stuff, but they come through and knock us out. And then last night we just had the worst look with the USFL game. The starting quarterback and the leading contender for the MVP award, Philadelphia Stars quarterback, gets hurt on the second series. After the first series, he went down, got 7. They were up 7-0. Second series, he tried to make a play, scrambles, does something to his knee, gets hurt. What's so funny, the backup comes in, throws a bomb on the first play, like a 50-yard completion, takes him right down the field and scores a touchdown. And the starter ran back on the court, like on the field, and tried to get his position back like as fast as he could run. He's limping and stuff because, like I was saying, man, it's last chance you for a lot of these guys in USFL. He's probably felt like, man, this is my only time I'm going to get a chance to start professionally in my career. I can't let this one go, but he couldn't go. He was too injured, and he ended up sitting out. And, of course, the backup showed why he was the backup as the game continued. Couldn't get anything done. Ended up losing straight up in a game that felt like Philadelphia had complete control of. So, first time, man, unfortunately, by one game, we didn't have a winning week. So, the streak ends at 14 weeks. So, 14 weeks out of 15, we've had winning records. 15, we couldn't get there. We're going to start the streak over, though, today and try to get there, get to 15 and keep going. What do we got for the
Hold on. We left out a winner from Friday, though. We had a great conversation with Curtis.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Curtis likes Stevenson. Yeah. I like Stevenson. And by the fourth round, it was obvious that thing was going to cash unless Valdez's team threw in the towel. The athleticism was just unreal. Valdez looked so hesitant to throw, but it's because he was getting countered every single time. And it's easy to sit on my couch, right, and be like, he needs to throw more. Well, yeah, but if you're getting leather in your face every single time you let go, you can understand why he was a little hesitant. He had some success to the body, but didn't even really lay a blueprint of how to actually beat Stevenson. So I can't wait till Curtis comes back, because one thing I did notice, though, that 130 seems like it's real natural for him. I'm wondering with those guys at 135 how he's going to look. So I can't wait to see that. But as far as the performance, we talked about on Friday that even though we were pretty sure Stevenson was going to win, that we were really interested in the how he won. Did he win easily? Was it a dogfight? Was it life or death? I mean, he did about as impressive performance as you can have. Inserted himself in the pound for pound top 10. It was on ESPN, so everybody got to watch it. My buddies were actually texting me because I sent the show out to my buddies that, I know like boxing. And, we didn't have to have DAZN or pay $60 on pay-per-view. I thought it was a fun event, and it was nice to get that winning wager.
Yeah, I ended up going to the fight. I didn't get there until about the 5th round, though, because they started so early, like you said, because of the ESPN situation. We thinking it was another pay-per-view, like always, where they drag it out. And on the West Coast, it's usually about 10 p.m. when the main event starts. And people on the East Coast always complain. It's like 1 o'clock there,
Yeah, I can't believe they do that.
Yeah,
they get you guys out earlier, man. And you can go have fun at the club after the fight.
Yeah, so we're used to that. We're spoiled with that, with dealing with our past times going to the fight. So by the time I got to Aria to pick up my uncle, he didn't even know the fight was on. The fight was in the first round. I'm like, bro, we have to go. He's over there trying to finish eating and things. I'm like, dude, we got to get to the fight. Like, we're on the floor. What are you doing? And we ended up, seeing a great fight. The kid SHAKUR is nice, man. In person, he, like you said, you could see the athletic advantage clearly. It seems like the other fighter got a little bit tired. He had a lot of support there too, man. It was more, I'd really say it was probably pro his crowd more than Stevenson. But end of the day, Stevenson worked it out. We were able to cash that, and we got you guys a winner on the decision. That's about the only winner that we got, because you came through with that as well as the other game. And myself, like I said, I was slipping, man. One of those types of things, little bad juju. We're gonna get it off us like we always do, man. It's just one of those things when it comes to betting. You have those times when you come back toward the mean, but we already seen the record. 14 straight weeks of not having a losing record over the week is unbelievable. It's no other show in America doing that. Believe that. We want to touch into these series before we get off into the bottom parlay.
Yeah, let's talk about them. Bucks looking good, man. I don't think it's going to be so easy in the next game. The Celtics did miss some wide open threes, but you look at the players taking those threes. It's who Milwaukee wanted taking the threes. Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Peyton Pritchard, right? It wasn't Tatum. It wasn't Brown, right? It wasn't, I guess Pritchard's an all right three-point shooter, right? But the idea is you got a guy that's been on the bench most of the year taking these big shots in this important game. I thought the Bucks did a great job playing defense, and it was kind of like I expected, man. Like Jason Tatum was out there physically punking KD. Now he's got a dude KD's size that's way more jacked and more yoked than him, maybe even faster. So it'll be interesting. I definitely like the Bucks to win the series. I gave that out, the run per best subscribers before the series. I don't know if they're necessarily going to get game 2. We'll talk about that one more tomorrow night. I think, Celtics definitely have plenty of adjustments they can make. The first quote unquote adjustment, hit your wide open shots. That's an easy adjustment. So you can take away positives from the Celtics. I'm not ready to be like, oh, it's over. This isn't even going to be close. It's going to be a good series. But Milwaukee showed why I like them beforehand. They're big, they're physical, and they get to the rim, and they really get in your face on defense there. So I definitely like that Milwaukee game. What do you think of the Bucks and the Celtics?
Oh, man, it was a joy to watch Giannis coming into his own. I texted you before the game. I had already given out the first half to my clients because I'm going by the past history this year, which is a terrible thing to do. I'm glad that you put me back on point with that when you said I'm taking Giannis. You didn't say I'm taking the Bucks. You said I'm taking Giannis. And that's exactly what was the complete difference in this game. The Celtics don't have any answer for him. Who in the league does, really? They don't have an answer for the way this guy's playing. And as long as he has shooters around him, it's kind of like LeBron when he was in his heyday. Just, you could just plug anybody out there around him because he's so dominant. He's making such good, smart decisions each time he hits the ball. He's seeing where the doubles are coming from and hitting guys for wide open threes. making unbelievable plays. Just became, Giannis came in the league exactly what Harden said at first, 7 foot and just run up and down the court dunking. But now he's really elevated his game to being a playmaker. He makes all his free throws now. He's just probably shooting about 70% from the free throw line now. That's a long way to come from being a 50% shooter, especially when clutch moments he makes his free throws now. It seems like he's gotten over the thing. Remember, he was stalling at the line so long. He's overcame that. Now he has a nice little turnaround jumper from the baseline, as well as a pretty consistent from 15 to 16 foot range. And that's all he needs just to keep you decent, because you can't stop his first step. He has probably the best Euro step to ever come through the NBA, for sure the longest, And it's just unbelievable the things he's doing. He hit those guys with a play, kind of like the Tracy McGrady, throw it to yourself off the glass and dunk it, but it was even nastier, And I saw one play, he was handling Jason Tatum like a rag doll. He was throwing him around, and I said, my goodness. And me and Ski were like, man, they must have gave him the LeBron juice. That juice LeBron used to be. Everybody, LeBron used to look like an animal out there, like a pure beast, and everybody else was looking like just regular mere mortals. That's how Giannis was looking yesterday, man. He was a man amongst boys. And from seeing that alone, it's no way the Celtics, I don't care. They say, oh, don't overact to one game. No, the Celtics cannot beat the Bucks. They can't beat them, bro. And the reason why, anytime the Bucks need a basket, Giannis can create an easy shot for someone else, get to the free throw line himself, or get a basket. Who can the Celtics do that with? We all know Jason Tatum's game has not developed enough. Only thing he really is a glorified three-point shooter. He just takes hard shots and makes them. That's pretty much what he does, and they're all jumpers. He doesn't go to the paint. He doesn't have a tight handle. Jaylen Brown does have a tight handle, but for some reason he doesn't finish well around the goal. If he doesn't get a dunk, if this comes to making a floater or layup, he doesn't make a lot. He's more gets high from the three-point line and makes the shots from there. So unless the Celtics shoot it completely like lights out this whole series, I just can't see how they can keep up with the Bucks. The Bucks are going to overpower them because they can shoot just as well. But the factor that they have, and the main factor is the difference, is Giannis.
Yeah. So we had that one. Next game, Warriors get it done without Draymond Green. What are your thoughts? Should have that been an injection?
No, it shouldn't have been an injection. Even though we don't want to say it, because I had Memphis in the points, so I won. That was a scrupulous officiated game, and I saw your guy was there too. They had you and Ski's guy as the official for that game too.
That's why I left and went for a hike at halftime. I thought for sure the Warriors were done. I ended up listening to the game in the parking lot of the trail that I'm going to, because it ended, I get, it's about an hour drive. So I get there about 2 minutes left. I go, well, I got to hear the end of this. Then I hear Klay Thompson miss the 2 free throws. I said, I knew I had it right, because I was on the opposite side of you there. I laid it with the Warriors, and 90% free throw shooter misses both. Unbelievable. Then the out of bounds call. I didn't see it because I was listening on the radio, but everyone on Twitter seemed to think it was a bad call. But these things happen.
It was more than a bad call. It was a call that's not even in the rule book. Yeah. It was worse than a bad call. They were orchestrating, man, because, and I had Memphis, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be dishonest just because I was on the right side. Dude, it's no way when the ball goes out of bounds off and you can't tell who it went off of, within a minute they go to the monitor. They never went to the monitor. They just called it jump ball and roll with it. You know what I mean? Like, never even went to review it, anything. So I can see why a lot of people were a little heated behind that, because it was obvious they wanted Memphis to get the ball back. And they set up Morant for a perfect game winner. He just missed the layup. When he went inside, he got to his spot where he wanted. He just took a bad angle off the glass when he kissed it. This series is going to be competitive, though. Memphis isn't going out easy at all. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 6 or 7. I for sure expect them to win the next game, and I also expect them to get one inside of Golden State.
That's Memphis where we disagree. Golden State is good at home.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I think Memphis will get one there. They'll get one there. Yeah. And the reason why is because Memphis is a good road team. Yeah. They're very competitive. They're not afraid of Golden State. They're not afraid of them at all. They just got to learn how to close the games better. at the end of the game. They got a big game from Jaren Jackson yesterday. He had over 30. First time he showed his face in the whole playoffs. And remember, we talked about that last series. I said that the Memphis can't be who they want to be without Jaren Jackson because he has to be their second best player. That's why he was drafted in the position he was in. That's why he plays the position he plays, with being a stretch four and playing defense. He has to affect the game more than just getting in foul trouble. And he can't defend the basket, and he can't stretch the defense with his three so that it can lead the paint up for Morant to do his thing. If he's hitting like he was yesterday all series, and you got Bane, who's consistently always a good offensive player, you got Brooks, who's consistently always giving effort, these kids aren't going out like that. Yesterday the Warriors did win, a great comeback by them, but we saw in the first half a little bit of what Memphis can do to them when they decide to really lock in and they're locked into their game. They give the Warriors problems with being able to get in transition after missed baskets. So like I said, I think Memphis is so feisty. I don't see them going away. They're one of those young teams who don't give a damn. Like, they looking at Golden State as if we want what you guys have. You've had the title before. This only motivates us. We're not backing down from you. We'll shake your hand after the series, but during the series, we're going to fight our asses off. And I think that this is going to be a long series.
All right, we'll be looking forward to that. And, of course, a more in-depth preview for that game tomorrow. Jumping in tonight.
Ball and parlay.
I'm going to
go. Who you
got
tonight, Fred?
I'm going out west. I'm going to keep with my guys, the Mavericks. They got me plenty of money last round. And, boy, what a different matchup, though, right? And so I have concerns for this one, right? First of all, the Utah Jazz are traffic cones on defense, so the Mavericks were able to get to the rim whenever they wanted. That's not going to happen tonight. Secondly, Rudy's great on defense, Hassan Whiteside, whatever. They got to go against a real center tonight, and they're a rather small team, right? They're running, Kleber and Powell, and, don't give me any Bertans minutes. Boy, talk about just making a one-hit wonder, right? He has that one great season.
Yeah, with the Washington.
He should be in the league.
He'll be over there with his brother soon. He got a brother that plays in Euro League.
Yeah, he needs to be in Euro League. He's not cut off for this league, so I don't want to see any minutes from him. But I'm getting 6 points here. I'm not picking the straight-up win. Luka Doncic is that guy that can beat any defense. So, right, you can say, well, they're better on defense. Okay, well, Luka is kind of the guy that beats it. Hopefully, they get our guy, Jalen Brunson, involved a little more. I want to see a little more balanced attack here, hey? Or maybe a 1A, 1B, not 1A and an F, because that's what they don't – Brunson's better than just standing in the corner, He's not Buddy Hield.
Clapping.
So I'm taking the points here with the Mavericks. It's definitely a tough play. I don't necessarily feeling good in submit, but as they say, sometimes these harder plays are the right ones. So let's see what Luka can get done. And let's be honest, they kind of run it. They're free rolling now, right? They got their first series win. Nobody's expecting them to win. Phoenix won 65 games during the regular season. Only 25 teams in NBA history have done that, right? All the pressure on them. Luka's, I don't know how many years old, but he's, in his 20s. Chris Paul's 37. Probably his last chance here, right? So I'll be interested to see how it turns out tonight. The numbers like the Mavericks, and I can see watching the tape how it goes there. So let's hope that these guys don't let Ayton get too loose. Let's hope Luka has a big game. Mavericks cover the 6 points.
Okay. We're both going to be taking points tonight, man, because I'm rolling with the Sixers. I really believe tonight that the Sixers, it might be just one game, but for this game, I think they're going to rally around the fact that Embiid's out. And I think that Harden's going to be able to lead his troops. It's not like he's not used to doing this. He did it for the Rockets and lifted the whole team to a higher level for many years. I know he's not the player that he used to be, but he's not that far from it. You know what I mean? He's not so bad that only difference now, he can't go and dunk on people. That's the only difference. He doesn't have that extra gear to hit now and finish at the rack is the only difference between the old Harden and the Harden now. He's playing a lot more on the ground. He's playing a lot more using his intelligence and his savvy from being in the league so long and being able to find open shots for people. I like Paul Reed. I hope he gets most of the minutes that Embiid would have had. Paul Reed played really well against the Raptors. He's one of the centers that hustles. He's very scrappy. He plays defense. Great effort all the time, and he'll make his little layups on the rolls and stuff when people are slipping and give him the ball. I see him get a couple and ones against the Raptors during the series. So he's not a bad replacement. Don't get me wrong. You can't replace him, be the MVP finalist, freaking 30 points a game. But the same way that Philly's going to have to deal with an adjustment with no Embiid, Miami's going to have to deal with an adjustment. Like, how do you come out now and prepare for this team when we know that Embiid's not there, and the times we faced him before, it's been all centered around him, and all the actions have been for him. Doc Rivers, we knock him alive, we give him a lot of hell, but if he wins this game, he'll actually move into third place for all-time playoff victories. So he's a good coach, man. He's going to have those guys in position. He has a very veteran assistant coaching staff that's going to help him with it. And if you look through this season, the Sixers have given the Heat all they wanted. They actually beat them last game without Harden and Embiid against their starters the last time that they played each other in the regular season. So I'm telling you, man, this line is way too big for the talent that Sixers possess. People forget the Sixers actually play defense. So the Heat aren't the only ones in this game that's going to be playing defense. If you look through the past, also, they were saying that the Heat had their worst offensive numbers, their starters, against the Sixers this year. Out of all the teams in the NBA, no one on their team averaged more than 20 points against the Sixers. So I'm looking for the Sixers, at least this first game, to be very, very competitive. Harden doesn't always do a good job in Miami, but that's the regular season. Hopefully he has enough sense to know that they're going to need him tonight. And he didn't go to Live last night, and he didn't go to KOD, and all of that stuff in Miami, all the things that you can do in Miami to kind of get you off of your game. Hopefully Doc kept a close leash on him and talked to him and told him, like, hey, man, we need you with all your energy tonight. We know this is back on you. I just expect Tobias Harris and Maxey to step up and play well, man. When you look at the Heat, what do the Heat do really well? If Embiid was playing and fully healthy, I actually like the Sixers in this series, because the same problem that the Heat would have faced if Embiid was playing is the same problem that the Celtics are having against the Bucks. The Celtics play team ball, and they try to get their best players or jump shooters. Same thing we're facing here with Miami. They don't have anyone they can really throw the ball to. I'm guessing they could use maybe Bam like that, but for some reason they don't. They only use them in pick and roll actions. Sometimes they might give it to him at the elbow and let him go and make a play, but he's more of a playmaker than looking for a basket, So I really think the Sixers will be able to keep this line within the number. It'll be hard fought, and that the Heat will pull it out in the fourth quarter, but it's going down to the wire. So give me the Sixers plus 7.5.
All right. And just in interest of full disclosure, a lot of the same worries I have on my pick are also evident in this 76ers pick here. You talked about Harden and his effectiveness. Well, the Heat just showed that they can shut down a one-dimensional style offense, right, based around a point guard. They did that to Trae Young. They trapped him. They showed him a bunch of different looks. Harden's more of a veteran, though. Trae's a little more athletic at this point of career. Let's see how it turns out.
Unlike McMillan drawing plays against Doc. We know Doc is one of the better.
Okay, Doc. Let's talk about Doc.
Come on now. You
got to texting me. I want to see if you're texting me that Doc's a good coach when DeAndre Jordan's had like 28 minutes and Paul Reed's had like 18, and we're going in the fourth.
Well, he might have some problems with dealing with. I have friendships. We just talked about that earlier this year on the show when we were talking. I think Noops was on, and we was talking about how Doc, being an ex-player, he still has a jock attitude, even though all these years later of coaching, he has very much a jock attitude. I think that's from him and DeAndre going back with the Clippers. Tonight, I guarantee you Paul Reed is going to get the most minutes.
All right, we're going to see, because I'm going to be getting that text. You're probably going to have those mad emojis.
Yeah, no. We won't. I'd be surprised. DeAndre Jordan may start and be in for like 60 seconds if he's getting pulled, because what the hell is he going to do on these switches? You know what I mean?
I can't. All right, well, that'll be fun.
He's a liability. We got to get up off Doc a little, man. Now, Doc is, the numbers don't lie. Doc is third behind
Red Hour. Think how much the game changed since he won the championship, though. When he won the championship, you had to win the game down low. Now you win the game outside. It's a completely different game.
He's always been one of the best out of the timeout play callers. Seriously,
I'll give him that, but
the best two.
out of timeout's not going to matter if you're down 10-12. And I do think that they're going to be able to attack the rim a little better if Butler's in there. One thing I do like about Butler is he attacks the rim, he draws fouls, and he tries to finish. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see. I mean, I'm not saying like, hey, I'm on the opposite side. I bet the Heat. Right. I didn't. I'm just saying I have concerns about both dogs tonight, and we're giving them out there. So that's what we got for tonight.
I have no concerns about them. They're not going to run anything like the Hawks run. The Hawks they're running a simple Trey, bring the ball up, call out your man, run a pick and roll, a 1-4, 1-5, whatever you want to call from the sidelines. You try to pick and get the switch that you want. They make it very easy.
But Miami didn't want to do that. They're blitzing right off the bat. He's going to have two guys on him when he crosses half court. And
perfect. So guess what? It's going to be a maxi game, and it's going to be huge by Danny Green from the corner, and the guy that everyone's sleeping on is Tobias Harris.
Harris is the difference because Harris is going to get a nice matchup off that. Yeah,
Harris
he's going to get a nice matchup
before. You know that.
I don't know. I've been watching him all year. I don't know if I want to bet on Tobias Harris to play well.
Right.
He went dog.
One guy. So tell me this: who for the Heat is going to score? Who do you trust with the Heat? Because Butler's not playing. He might play. I don't know if he's playing or not.
Playing.
Okay, so what's his name is out? Kyle Lowry's out.
Yeah. And
they're missing one more person. Who else is out?
I'll double check right now. No one I'm worried about.
One more person
they still have her. They still have Hero. Okay, so here's how it's looking. Butler, Strus, Tucker, Caleb Martin, all probable.
Right. Now let's say all of those people that you named. All of these are parts. None of these guys are star players. I like their parts against the Sixers parts very much. Think about the Sixers.
I like Miami parts better personally.
Yeah, personally better, but I'm saying it's not a huge advantage. So Strus and Hero is a huge advantage on Maxey and Harris? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Because I get two ways of the ball out of those two guys. I'm getting cooked. I'm getting cooked by Maxey and Harris. They can't defend anymore.
The Sixers are 7th in defense, and the Heat are 8th.
Yeah, but it's because you got Embiid up there fixing all the mistakes, like Gobert fixed all the Jazz mistakes.
Okay, I think those guys play perimeter deep, man. In the playoffs, especially because defense is nothing but effort, and now it's the playoffs. It's like do or die. Like these guys aren't like they aren't guys that lack on defense who just don't care. Regular season, sometimes you might get in a situation, but they're going to use their athleticism to lock down. Now, I'm on the Sixers.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, I just want to let everyone know that's how I'm approaching this game. I think it's going to be a tough game, but hey, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And let's be honest, if you're a fan, we definitely want the Sixers to hit because I don't want to watch them blow out again. So,
I'm very skeptical on the Mavs. My game that I liked more than that was I'm skeptical on the Mavs only because I'm afraid of with them being in full force and at home first game, that with Dallas coming off such a big victory, first playoff series win, that they might have a let down spot. And you know how Phoenix is. Booker's there now. So if they get to hitting shots and rolling and playing D, it could blow up real fast. But
I'll be honest, I like the Bucks yesterday a lot better than these picks.
Okay. And you were dead on and I was dead wrong. And like I always tell people, if you want to listen to NBA, defer to him. If we're talking college football, he's going to defer to me. But NBA, defer to him. This guy's been doing this 20 years. He's a master at the NBA. He's way more in tune than me. Only thing that I can do is give my opinion. But the thing is, I also know the game, and I'm not going to give you something that I haven't went and, actually put in the work in. Right. And, took my time, and the reason that I picked it is always a reasoning behind it. It's not me just guessing, you know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not as good in the NBA, I do put in the work. Matter of fact, I just got through watching last night, about 12, I watched the last two games that the Sixers and Heat played. They had some on NBA TV. They were playing some of the games over. And I checked it out. And that's why I said that what I said about the pieces, because pieces and the Sixers pieces looked very similar to me. You know what I mean? Like the parts, they all kind of looked,
the one thing about that game,
I didn't see anything stick out.
That one thing about that game, though, that was right before the Butler Spoelstra blow up.
Right. That's true.
And that seemed to energize the team. They were sleepwalking at that point because they lost at home. Mm-hmm. I think the game before that, they lost to the Warriors when the Warriors sat everybody, or it was a similar situation. They needed a kick in the butt, and they got it real soon. So, anyways, we gave people both sides of the story here and kind of a look at.
But we're taking the points.
Yeah,
we're taking the points, and we're trying to cash both of these, man. My guy's going with the Mavs +6. I'm going with the Sixers +7.5. Let's get off to a fast start tonight, man. Let's get this thing rolling. Also, I should have gave out the player prop. I liked Harris over on the player prop as a bonus, but it's my bad because I didn't give it to Spread before the show, so he could put it up for you guys. But you guys look at Harris for over points on the on this game.
That correlates with the pick. I mean, it correlates. If you're on FanDuel and you get those performance doubles, I think it completely correlates.
Exactly. As always, I love it, man. We're able to get into depth like this and tell both sides of it. You know, me and my guy, we go back doing this show now. This is our second year, man, of doing these together, man. And we try to give you guys the best that we can, man. We try to always do a lot of research, and we also like to play devil's advocate. We don't just sit up here and just say, "Oh yeah, I agree with your spread," or "I agree with your 5-star." No, man, it's our job to give you both sides of the equation. And also, like we said, we never take L's. We only get lessons. And last week losing, you guys needed that. You needed to see that, hey, nothing in life is perfect. There's no such thing as going perfect in this sports betting. Anything for the people before we get out of this spread?
No, I'm looking forward to watching this game tonight, and we'll be back talking about them tomorrow.
I'm locked in. I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I got a lot on Maxime Cressy. He just came back like he might win the second set, so I'm a little excited. I'm
watching these old dudes, Team and Murray. Wow, this is not good. Talk about
it's going to be garbage against garbage, but I like Murray.
It's terrible.
Who's winning so far? You started?
It's 2-2 right now, and then neither of them look that good.
It's going to be error after error, but Murray will be able to win because he'll care more. Our team has been just laying it down against everybody. Like, as soon as it goes bad, he's like, "I got a U.S. Open. I'm the man in my home and back in Austria. I'm gone." You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if team's going to be back all the way until next year, man. He's a great player. Hopefully he can find his stride again and isn't one of those guys. He kind of reminded me of how the women did where the girl did Keenan. He wins his first major. We haven't heard anything from him.
At least he hurt his wrist. His forehand ain't there yet. He not 100%, I don't think.
Man, before he won that major, I used to bet with Team every time he played a big match against the big guys. You know, anytime he's facing the Dow, anytime he's facing Joker, anytime he's facing what's my guy named Roger Federer, I was taking him and he was coming through, especially if they were playing on clay. Man, that guy had an arsenal of shots, unbelievable. Shot making out of this world. He looks like a complete shell of himself. Now, I couldn't believe he let Bonzi beat him. I lost with him like 3 times since he's been back. I said, not anymore.
He's on 3 since he came back. He ain't got to win.
I said, not anymore. I'm not messing with him no more. So I had to take Murray. So I got Murray and Cressy. So we'll see how I do. But if I win one, I'm good because both of them were plus money, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, man, you guys follow my guy Spread ASTAIRE at Spread ASTAIRE. Follow me at 5-star in Vegas. Spell out the 5. Subscribe to both our YouTube channels. His is Spread ASTAIRE. Mine is 5-star in Vegas Sports Investments. Please subscribe to SCOON TV. We're here every Monday through Friday. We'll see you guys tomorrow.